whatever in whatever city you are living now, correct? When you left the city, at the outer part of the city, this kind of garbage areas, or you can say this kind of areas you will observe over there. Have you seen this kind of? Yes.
No,
we we
sir, I have
generally
not seen.
we generally called it as a landfills. Okay, whatever the garbage creating throughout the city, that garbage have collected at one spot, which is after your city. Okay, that on that spot, this kind of uh, this this kind of garbage you can observe over there. Okay, once they are used, most plastic bags go into landfill or rubbish tips. Okay, each year more and more plastic bags are ending up littering the environment. Okay, once they become litter, plastic bags find their way into our waterways. Means how that plastics go into environment through waterways, parks, beaches, and streets. Okay, and if they are burned, they infuse the air with toxic fumes. Okay, in this way, your whatever the plastic we are throwing in the environment, that these are the routes by which they going to the environment. Okay, plastic bag kill the animals. If you see, about 1 lakh animals such as dolphin, turtle, whales, penguins are killed every year due to plastic bags. Many animals ingest plastic bags, mistaking them as a food, and therefore die. Okay, and once the ingested plastic bag remains intact even after the death and decomposition of the polymer, decomposition of the animals, even after death as well. Okay, obviously that plastic will not get digested by the animals. Okay, so even after the death, that polymer is present in animal. Even after the decomposition of that animal will get decomposed, but that plastic will not get decomposed in environment. Okay, thus it lies around in the landscape where another victim may ingest it. Okay, so plastics effect on human life. How plastics generally affect the human life? Okay, so plastic plays the villain right from the stages of its production. Okay, as we have using it for many ease to apply things. Okay, by replacing many metal parts, by replacing many of the things to get some easiness in your applications. Okay, that's why we are using plastics in many of the applications, correct? The major chemicals that go into the making of plastics are highly toxic and pose serious threat to living being of all species on earth. Okay, whatever polymers we are observing in daily life. Okay, that polymers made up of, like we have studied, like every polymer has made up of some monomers, correct? So whatever monomers or other chemicals we are using to prepare the polymers, that are highly toxic in nature. Okay, even while synthesizing or even while preparing the polymeric things or polymers. Okay, it is harmful to the human structure, or harmful to the human of that toxic chemical. Okay, so at the start from preparing the polymer to the point where we ends up with the plastic application, throughout we are having harm through the plastic material. Okay, so some of the constituents of plastic such as benzene are also to cause cancer. Okay, many of the things like in many of the polymeric structure or polymeric chemical structure, you are observing benzene ring over there. So whatever that part harmful which is harmful to human health, that to cause the cancer. Plastic resins themselves are flammable and have contributed considerably to
So benzene when heated and fume comes, that will create cancer, or how the cancer comes?
see, it known to cause the cancer. It is not like if you are burning it, and if it will react with some of the, suppose if you inhale it, correct?
Hmm.
After inhaling, in your body, it will react with your body structure, correct? And whatever the results are there, that may cause for the cancer
Matlab,
disease.
the first stage is if we should not burn a benzene product.
Yeah, whatever it is, we should not burn, even we should not directly throw into the environment, because if you are throwing into the environment, it will start decomposing, or some at some instances some chemicals will get released out of it, correct? So that chemicals as well harmful for the human bodies as well as animals. Even it is harmful for the soil, or whatever the land is there, correct?
Till the melting point, it will not create any fumes, right?
It's not like that. Obviously, till the melting point, it will not create the fumes. But at any instances, suppose some decomposition thing, it will get into the contact. So if it start to get decomposed, or start to get some release of some chemicals in environment, okay, in that case, some chemicals will get released out of it. Okay, suppose if you take the example of your PET bottles, whatever the PET bottles we are using, we are currently using for drinking water, correct? So in that also, if you see, if you throw that bottles or PET bottles or something in environment, if it comes in contact with some gaseous things or some landfill, okay, so in that they release formaldehyde, okay, and that formaldehyde again cause for the human health, okay. So accordingly, many of the plastics or many of the polymeric materials have the chemical moieties in it, which can liberate in presence of some external stimuli or external things. Okay. Yes. Are, are you getting it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So this in this way, plastics are contributing considerably to several accidents worldwide. Okay. So now we have seen one word over there in the recent slides, which is nothing but the microplastics. Okay. So what do you mean by microplastic first, that we will see. Okay. So for that we will see one of the example now, like have you observed any kind of plastic material? Okay. Suppose you are having chair in your home, correct? So if you are having chair, correct? So have you seen old chair, old plastic chair? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It
Okay.
will be
So if
brittle.
you, yes,
Most of the case, it will be brittle or broken condition.
yeah, correct. So if you buy a new chair, it is look like a shiny, okay. It is a means it's having more strength, okay. If after years, means after many years, if you see, it will lose its shine, correct. Its shine will get loose, then it will whatever the upper layer, it will start removing its upper layer, okay. Whatever the inner side of plastic, it will come out gradually, okay. So after again many years, it will create some powdery type material on it, okay. After many years use, it will create some brittle powdery type material on it, okay. That is nothing but the creation of some micro things or powdery things out of your plastic material, okay. Previously when you start to use it, it is in a proper form way of using it, correct. But after many years use, you will see that it start to degrade, correct. This is nothing but the degradation, okay. So such a kind of degradation will create the finer particle size of your plastic material, okay. And that size in nothing between some microns, okay, some micrometer, okay. That micrometer size of plastics are called as a microplastics, okay. So in environment as well, if you see, many times we throw the plastic bags in lands, correct. So if you see after some like if you observe, like if you throw the polymeric or plastic bag in a sand, or sorry, not in a sand, in a soil, okay. So after some months or a year, that bag will start to break into fine particles or fine parts, correct. Have you observed this thing? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this kind of formation of particles in a means very uh, very finer size. That is nothing but the microplastic formation. Okay, this is nothing but the one or two example I have told you now. These kind of examples are many in your daily life. Okay, many of the plastic components, plastic parts we throw in a landfills or whatever, that generates the microplastic in a landfills. Okay, so if you see how that microplastics are now how are generally formed. Okay, we will see in very first image over here. Okay, so the main reason of generating the microplastic is nothing but the photo degradation. Okay, if you see like have you seen some nylon ropes in outer, or you can say outdoor application, nylon ropes, have you seen?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, if
We have
yes.
seen.
Okay, so nylon ropes, if you see in outdoor application, after use of years, your nylon rope become less will have less strength into it. Correct. Whatever the threads you are using of nylon in that rope, that start to get break. Correct. So why it is happening? It is due to the photo degradation of your polymeric material. So in that, whatever the UV rays or whatever the photolytic activity is present in your atmosphere, environment, okay, that causes the degradation of your polymeric material. Okay, that degradation will convert it into the smaller particles, which we called it as a microplastic. Okay, this is the degradation causing through photolytic activity. Okay, nothing but the UV light effect or some photo activity which is present in your atmosphere, correct, due to the sun rays. Okay, this is one of the reason why microplastic formation is there. Okay, then second one is the landfill, correct. If you see, as I have mentioned one example, like if you are having polyethylene bags or some plastic bags on with you, and if you throw it in a land, okay, so in that land it is in the contact of soil, and whatever the chemical species or natural species are available, or microorganisms are present in soil, that microorganisms react with your polymeric material, and that microorganism will degrade the polymeric material, start to degrade the polymeric material. Okay, and that degradation cause the formation of microplastics over in your landfills. Okay, are you getting the things? Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, so this is nothing about the microplastic. What are microplastic? Okay, to what things we can call it as a microplastics, how that microplastics are getting formed, and what all effects are there of microplastics. Okay, so in
Sir,
next is, yes,
previous slide. In this, actually, what is the takeaway, sir? UV rays and this due to land and the reaction in the land and chemicals, it is getting becoming microplastics. For all
yes,
the plastic, it is the same, or for all
see,
thermoplastic?
all for all plastic materials, it is obviously different, correct? Because whatever the chemical structure of your plastic, that will define how it will start to degrade, or what is the nature of degradation. Okay, all of the plastics behave differently in sunlight as well as in a landfill. Okay,
Okay, okay, sir.
so next is like factors influencing the weathering of plastic. Okay,
Sir, is
yes,
it possible to extend the life, or it is not possible to extend the life? Like, yeah, one of the example you told chair, like normally our steel products, we used to coat and keep it so that its life, rust will not happen and its life will
yes,
extend.
it is about your metal products. Okay, but
Similar way, plastics,
if you
whether
see
anything is.
plastic products, for plastic products, if you see like used plastic we scrap it, and then again by adding some additives or additive package in it, we used to remold it for some specific applications, correct? So
Yeah,
in
yes.
that way we can reuse it, but the part there is nothing but the about your strength of the material. Obviously after so long use, your strength of the material will get reduced. Okay, we can reuse it, but your material will material strength and what are the properties we have to we are obtained it are in the minimized condition.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
that part is also I have mentioned in our slides. Okay, what are the recycling and all. Okay,
Okay, sir.
then what all factors influencing the weathering of plastics? Okay, whatever we have studied or we have looked into this slide, this is nothing but the weathering. Weathering is nothing but like effect of weather on your plastic material. What are the sunlight, what are the landfill? Okay, this is nothing but the weathering effect on your plastic material. So factors influencing the weathering of plastic. Okay, so what all factors are there? Obviously the very first is nothing but the UV irradiation. Okay, UV radiation means whatever the UV light is present in your sun rays that affect or that cause to degrade your polymeric material. Okay, then the second is like physical stress. Okay, if you see in many of the plastic application, the plastic materials are have been applied by some physical stress onto it. Okay, due to that application of physical stress, if that physical stress get increases, your plastic will tends to get break into some parts. Okay, so that is nothing but the second influencing factor. Okay, then biofilm formation, then microbial degradation, as we have seen in landfill, microbial degradation is there. As I have told you, like microbes, microorganisms which are present in soil or land that help or that cause to degrade the polymeric material. Okay. Then fluctuating temperature, correct? All of the polymers having its service temperatures, or you can say application temperatures, the specific application temperatures. But if you provide some temperature less than that as well, some of the part, like at some of the moment plastic will start to degrade. Okay, if you continuously provide the specific temperature to it. Okay, so that fluctuating temperatures are also responsible for degradation of your plastics. Okay, are you getting getting the points? So here we have provided the flow of the plastic degradation. Like if you see here, plastic item is there, correct? If you see one plastic bottle is there in a water, correct? In very first picture, then it is converted into plastic particles first after some degradation. Then that plastic particles are converted in microplastics as we have discussed, correct? Again that if some again similar actions are being there on that plastic, that microplastics are converted into nanoplastics, mean again the finer size, even we can't see with our eyes this kind of size. Okay, even if you are this kind of size in your in front of you, you can't see this kind of size, that is nano. Okay, nanoplastics. Okay, then again that nanoplastics are converted into structural form, like what are the structures we are having polymers, and then again the chemical fragments of that. So this much fragmentation have been observed in atmosphere. Okay, due to the weathering effect. Okay, here also if you can see after microplastic, you can't observe the plastic material in nature, but they are present in our nature. If even if it is a if it is present in our water system, if it is present in our food system, we can't predict that there is a plastic or not after this size. Okay, yes. So next is nothing but the world status of plastic pollution or plastic production. Okay. So before that, I think we will take a break of 5 minutes. Okay. Then after that, we will start or we will start again. Okay. It will be fine for you. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we'll restart the lecture. Okay. So till now we have seen, we have we have looked like what all kind of environmental issues are there due to presence of your plastic or due to the landfill of plastics. Okay. And what kind of things will happen, like microplastic creation, microplastic to further creation of environmental effects on the nature due to the presence of plastic. Okay, that we had seen till now. Now we will see what is the world status. Okay, so to the plastic production view. Okay, the plastic production and disposable. So plastic production.
Sir, your voice is feeble, sir.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. So worldwide plastic production, if you see, like 100 million tons per year of plastics we are creating worldwide. Okay. That much amount of plastics we are creating, and even in that also annually, in annual increase in production of 9%. Like if you are creating 100 million tons, more 9% will you create in a next year. So our plastic production rate is increasing yearly. Okay. In that also, whatever the waste generated out of plastic, like plastic waste disposable, it is nothing but the 25 million tons per year. Out of that 100 tons, or you can consider whatever the plastic production is there, out of that, nearly 25 million tons waste is generating. Okay. Plastic in municipal solid waste is nothing but 11.8%. Whatever the municipal solid waste we are generating in daily life, in that, suppose you are generating 100 kg of waste per day, in that 12 kg of waste is because of your plastic only. Okay, so this is nothing but the scenario worldwide. Okay, in that also, if you look over the scenario of our country, so in that also plastic pollution in India, 80% of the thermoplastics and 20% of the thermoset plastic waste are generated in India. The use of plastic in India is 3 kg per person per year. Okay. So if you consider, it is nothing but based on some of the studies, like one person, means individual person is using 3 kgs of plastic per year. Okay. So the total consumption of plastic in India is 4 million tons, and the waste generated is about 2 million tons. Okay. About 20% of the municipal solid waste are plastic in India. Like if you consider in India, if suppose individual from you are generating suppose 1 kg of plastic per, sorry, 1 kg of some waste in a day, in that when like 200 gram of plastic is there. That much plastic waste we are generating in daily life. Okay. So there is one process called it as incineration. Incineration. Okay. Incineration means reducing something to ashes. Okay. In this method, waste material is burned and converted to ashes. It is used to destroy the household waste, chemical waste, and biological waste. Okay. So this is nothing but one of the technique, you can say, to minimize the waste generation. But in that also, whatever the fumes or whatever the vapors or fumes are generating, that are also the threat for the life. Okay. So what is the life cycle stages of plastic? Okay. So if you see the life cycle stages of plastic, first of all, very first stage is nothing but the manufacturing of plastic material. Okay. Then its distribution, correct? Then what are the use of plastics? Okay. Use of plastics in daily application, in daily life. Okay. After that, leaching, in that application also, in many of the applications, out of your plastic, when your plastic is in application, some chemicals are getting leached out. Okay. So that are also harmful for the human or whatever the animal life. Then after application, disposable of plastics. So in disposable of plastics, how generally the methods are being there for disposing of plastics? There are three methods. One is incineration, second is landfilling, and third is recycling. Okay. So First, incineration we have already seen in above definition. What is incineration? It is nothing but the heating the material or burning the material till it generate the ashes. Okay, that is nothing but the incineration. But in case of many of the plastics, we can't do that thing. Okay, then second is the landfilling, as we have studied already in previous slide what is landfilling over there, correct? And third is recycling. Okay, what are the recycling part we will study in upcoming slides. Okay, so these three type of disposable techniques are there. Okay, so incineration, what will happen with incineration and landfilling, that we will see. Smog. Okay, smog. Have you observed like in atmosphere, if you see at the sky, you will observe some kind of smog is present over there. Okay, so that is due to the volatile organic compounds emitted from solvents, paints, and adhesives. Okay, small generally what all reasons are there to generation of smog that we have listed here. The very first is nothing but the volatile organic compound. Okay, volatile organic compound is nothing but the compound which generally transferred to the atmosphere at room temperature itself in the in form of vapors or fog. Okay, so formed by the chemical reaction of sunlight, nitrogen oxide, and volatile organic compounds in the atmosphere is the
The
second. Yes.
SMOG is some abbreviated word, or it is instead of smoke, it is SMOG, yes, sir.
No, no, it's smoke.
Smoke only, no?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Smoke is nothing but whatever the smoggy type you fumes you observed in atmosphere. No? That
Okay. The
smoke I am talking.
KE, no smoke.
Yeah. It's smoke is different. If you
Uh-huh.
search like smoke, it is also there. Word is there. Okay.
So this is in a group. If we burn, we call it a smoke. Huh?
Yeah.
Like that landfill material, when we burn it, it is called as smoke. Or
If you
the coming out is called
if you
for.
see like smoke is nothing but the after burning, correct? But
Uh, uh,
smoke, if you consider the smoke is nothing but the mixture of like smoke, gases, chemicals in that way, correct? If you see like in winter season as well, you observe some type of smoggy environment. If you see, okay, that is due to the different scenario. But if you see near some landfills, like I
okay.
have mentioned, like Mm, in outer course area of your city, some landfill areas are there. Okay, in that land out of that landfill area, some smoke will generate. Okay, why that smoke is generating? Okay, that smoke is nothing but the mixture of your smoke, whatever the burning smoke, correct? Then
Yes.
chemical vapors or whatever the VOC content is there. That mixture we can call combinedly called we can call it as smoke. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So it is generally formed due to the VOC organic compounds, okay, that we already seen. Then it can be formed by chemical reaction of your plastic with sunlight, nitrogen oxide, and volatile organic compounds in the atmosphere. Then third reason is like solvents used in the polymer industry and in applications such as paints. Okay, in many of paints, you are using solvents. Solvents is nothing but it, suppose in some paint system you are using turpentine, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes.
yeah, the turpentine is nothing but the one kind of solvent. Okay, so such a type of many solvents we are using for generation of polymer as well as paints, okay, and adhesives. So that contributes significantly to urban smoke, okay, which causes serious health problems such as respiratory disorder, cancer, Alzheimer. In that way, many of the diseases can be caused by that smoke. Okay, so how it affects the global warming, how your plastic will affect the global warming of environment. So increase in surface temperature of earth due to greenhouse effect that we have already seen in the very first slide. Okay, then increase in carbon dioxide concentration in atmosphere due to burning of fossil fuels, then deforestations, correct? Then increase in concentration of other greenhouse gases like methane, N2O, correct? nitrogen oxide. Then consequences like rise in sea level, melting of polar ice caps, health impacts, effect on crops, decreased productivity. Correct. This is nothing but the reasons and causes for your global warming. Okay. Then the question is like plastic bags, whatever we are using in daily life, are biodegradable or not? Okay. So whatever the plastic bags we are using in daily life. Okay. In recently, I think you have, I don't know you have heard about or not. Government have banned the use of plastic bags. Have you heard that? Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but that is also the also specific for some type of bags like if you are having like 40 to 50 micron of size below that, in many of the regions like some of the governments are allowing the thickness, but in some of the regions they are not allowing the less, it's like minimum thickness plastic bags. Okay, like that is due to the it's are non biodegradable in nature. Okay, because whatever the minimum size or minimum thickness bags are there, that are only single use plastics. Correct. After single use you can't use it repeatedly for longer time. Correct. You can use it for one, two, or three, or something 4 5 times. After that you can't use that. Correct. So that's why that kind of bags are banned. Okay. So plastic bags are non biodegradable in nature. Okay. What do you mean by biodegradation? Have you heard this word before? Yes. Biodegradability or biodegradable. Have you heard this?
Over a period, it will get decomposed and
Yeah, it decomposition in atmospheric or landfills, or you can say soil. That is nothing but the biodegradation of your polymeric material or any kind of thing. Okay. So here we are talking about plastics. Okay. So and one of the worst environmental effect of plastic bags is that they are non-biodegradable. The decomposition of plastic bags takes about 1,000 years. Okay, complete decomposition I'm talking about. Complete, like even after microplastic formation, some nanoparticle formation, then fragmentation of your polymeric chains, so that whole process will take thousands of years. Okay, so that's why it has been banned. Then what all measures we should consider, okay, to reduce the things? So single use plastic bags have become such a ubiquitous way of life that it seems as if we simply cannot do without them. Okay, however, if we have the will, we can start reducing their use in small ways. Okay, like we can use alternative things instead of it. Okay, a tote bag can make a good substitute for holding the shopping. You can keep the bag with the with the cashier and then put your purchases into it instead of the usual plastic bags. Correct. Tote bags means whatever the you can say like whatever the cotton bags or that are available with us, that we can use instead of your plastic bags. Okay, that can be a very first measure that you can consider to reduce the use of plastic. Okay, then second one is like recycling the plastic bags you already have is another good idea. Correct. This can come into use for various purposes like holding your garbage instead of purchasing new ones. Okay, then the fourth is like while governments may be working out ways to lessen the impact of plastic bags on the environment, however, such of us should shoulder some of the responsibility for these problems, which ultimately harms us. Okay, these are like some of the measures that we have to follow. Okay, to reduce the use of single-use plastic bags. Okay, this is all about the single-use plastic bags. So as we have seen like three disposable techniques like incineration, landfill, and third is recycling. Correct. So why recycling of plastics is important? Okay, as we have mentioned, like someone have asked, can we use like plastics by recycling or can be impart some like strain to it, correct? So why recycle plastic? So conservation of non-renewable fossil fuels. Plastic production uses 8% of the world's oil production. Okay, reduce consumption of energy, reduce amount of solid waste going to landfill. It can reduce emission of carbon dioxide. These are the reasons why we should do plastic recycling. Okay, it will reduce emission of carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and sulfur dioxide, whatever chemicals are being generated out of it, correct? So how are polymers can be recycled? Okay, there are again many techniques of recycling of polymer. In that also, if you see three major parts are there. The very first is nothing but the chemical recycling. Okay, the recycling of polymers using chemical reactions. Okay, in that, if you see, first of all, like feedstock. Okay, feedstock recycling, that is nothing but the gasification, pyrolysis, or hydrothermal treatment on your polymeric material. We generally generates the refined hydrocarbons that we can refined hydrocarbons or petrochemicals that again we can use to synthesize or to prepare or to produce the polymers. Okay, these things we again use to generate the polymers. Okay, then the second one is nothing but the depolymerization. Depolymerization means again the fragmentation of your polymers into monomers or oligomers. Okay, depolymerization, we generate the monomers or oligomers that we again can use to produce the polymer. Okay, in this way we can reuse it or we can recycle the polymer. Okay, if you see like the second recycling technique or second recycling type is nothing but the mechanical recycling. Okay, what do you mean by mechanical recycling here? So we will be like, if you are having plastic parts, suppose if you are having PET bottles with you, correct? So see, recycling of PET bottles. This is nothing but the mechanical recycling I have presented over here. Okay. If you see, if you can see collection of PET waste bottles over here. Can you able to see this slide? Yes. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is nothing but the collection of waste plastic bottles or PET waste, correct? So that place, whatever the waste are collecting, then that shredding of PET waste bottles, if you can see in second one. Then after the shredding, segregation of colored products, whatever the color products, type of plastic that gets segregated. Okay. And again, some treatment have been given to that shredded plastics.
Sir,
Here we have presented about the
sir,
caustic treatment. Okay,
what is
where
meaning
we,
of shredding?
yes,
The second one, what is the meaning of shredding?
shredding means cutting into small parts or small flakes or particles.
Okay, so first segregation should be done, no, sir. Then only shredding will be useful, no?
Yeah, it depends upon, suppose as we have mentioned here only about the PET waste, correct?
Oh,
Suppose you are having bottles with different plastics. Okay, like you are having PET, HDP, PP in that way. So if you are having different type of plastic bottles, then in that case you first segregate the polymers. Okay, you will segregate it into the PET, HDP, PP in that way, and after that segregation you will do the shredding. But here we have already collected only the PET bottles, so we can directly shred it. Okay, and then segregation according to color, even this segregation according to color we can do before as well. Okay, these two things are dependent again. Okay, then the treatment, or we can here we have presented the caustic treatment to it. Okay, and after treatment obviously the drying and all. Okay, then light colored material get mixed together, and whatever the see here you can observe here, correct? The shredded plastic material you are getting out of it. Okay, and that shredded plastic material, dried one, we use it in a extruders or melt processing. Here in second last, extrusion is taking place, correct? Yes. So after this extrusion, we will get the granule formed PET again, correct? So this is nothing but the mechanical recycling of your polymeric material. Okay. This is the second type of like mechanical recycling. Okay. And third is like reuse.
The
Obviously,
caustic treatment you are doing. What is the treatment, sir?
yeah,
Caustic
in this
treatment.
case, as I have mentioned, in this case, caustic treatment have been presented. Means whatever the contamination or whatever the extra things are being present over your plastic material that have been washed, okay, that have been washed and cleaned in this caustic solution, and whatever the product
Is
you
it
will get that,
caustic soda solution?
yeah, caustic soda,
Okay.
okay, that is for the cleaning of your polymeric material.
Okay.
That is
And
not the,
this is environmental friendly, caustic soda?
yeah, it is environmentally friendly. It is like no, for even if you see mask and all precautions have been taken, correct? It is,
No, no, sir. After this, this has to be ETP. It has to go to into ETP before
yeah,
we
it is going to ATP.
let into land.
Yeah, yeah, for regeneration. Okay. So this is
Your
nothing
voice
but
is
the,
not audible, sir.
yes.
Your voice is not audible.
Hello.
Now
Yeah,
it is.
now it's, yeah. So this is nothing but the mechanical recycling of your polymeric material. The third one is reuse. Obviously, if you are having the material, plastic materials that you can reuse, that can be reused. Okay, this is nothing but the simplest way. Then how are polymers recycled? As we have already seen the method, okay, mechanical recycling. So mechanical recycling of plastics refers to process which involve the melting, shredding, or granulating. Correct. So we have already seen this part. Then segregation of polymeric materials, as we have seen this slide a day before as well, correct? So recycling numbers or recycling codes have been provided on your daily use plastic materials. Out of using that recycling codes, you can segregate the polymeric material for recycling purpose. Okay. Then uses of different polymers after recycling. Okay, after recyclings where we can use the polymers, that is the question, correct? So whatever polyethylene terephthalate is nothing but your PET, whatever plastic, as we have generated granules of PET, correct, recycled granules. Okay, so where that PET granules we can use, so recycled to produce polyester fibers, thermoform sheets, strapping, soft drink bottles, reinforcement for concrete. These kind of uses are there. Then if you are having recycled HDP, then recycled HDP to become various bottles, grocery bags, recycling bins, agriculture pipes, base cups, car stops, okay, playground equipment, plastic lumber. Then if you are having PVC, recycled PVC, then it can be used to generate pipes, fencings, and non-food bottles. LDP has applications. Polypropylene has recycled application into auto parts, industrial fibers. Similarly, polystyrene can also be having the applications. Okay, so these are nothing but the recycled plastic applications. Okay, so as we have seen the thing regarding biodegradability, okay, as you have mentioned like how biodegradable is, and also I have told you about the biodegradable thing. So what are biodegradable plastics? So which plastics can we consider as a biodegradable? Okay, as we have seen in that whatever the slide is there, correct? Plastic bags are non biodegradable, correct? Okay, whatever the synthetic plastic bags are there, that plastic bags are non biodegradable in nature. So what are biodegradable plastics then? Which plastics can we consider as a biodegradable plastics? Okay, so one of the problem with traditional plastic is that they do not break down when thrown away. Okay, Biodegradable plastics are plastics that can
Sir,
be
your
broken.
voice is feeble, sir.
Hello. Yeah, the biodegradable plastics are now it's clear.
Yes, sir. Now
Yeah,
okay.
biodegradable plastics are plastics that can be broken down. They are converted into carbon dioxide, water, and mineral by microorganisms. Okay, means whatever the biodegradation processes are there in landfills, in you can say in atmosphere, that will degrade easily. Okay, and it is helpful to nature as well. It's not like it will harm to the nature. Okay, that kind of plastics we can consider as a biodegradable plastic. So which all kind of biodegradable plastics are there? So biodegradable plastics are increasingly being used in carrier bags, bean bags, and food packaging. Okay, nowadays if you see like many of the like if you order some vegetables online, correct, so you will get that vegetables in some bags, plastic bags, which are like very soft in nature. On that bags it has been mentioned that 100% compostable. Okay, if you can observe that on that bags it has been mentioned that that bags are 100% compostable. That bags we can consider as a biodegradable plastics. Okay, that so out of which thing they are producing the biodegradable plastics such as polylactide or polylactic acid are plant-based polymers. They are often made from starch that has been modified, or you can say modified starch. Okay, so out of biodegradable things means whatever the things which are present in the nature like starch, out of that we can produce the biodegradable plastics. Okay, so strategies to develop the biodegradable plastics means nowadays the focus has been there to develop the biodegradable plastics. The only issue with biodegradable plastic is their strength. Okay, so whatever strength is there for your synthetic plastics, okay, obviously your synthetic plastic has more strength than biodegradable plastics. That's why that's only the issue with your biodegradable plastic nowadays. Okay, so there are many researches are going on to synthesize or to increase the strength of biodegradable plastics. So semi-synthetic copolymers are also being in seen. Okay, then composites and grafts. If you see like improving currently used plastics, better additives, chemically linked additives, then new generation of synthetic polymers, example polylactic acid, as I have mentioned, then polyhydroxyalkanes, various new copolymers of it. So in that way, development is going on in case of biodegradable polymers. Okay. So many times, if you are like in industry as well, in academics, in many sense, you are hearing one word, you are hearing one word, which is nothing but the sustainability. Okay, sustainability is also in plastics are been there. Like what is mean by sustainability first of all? Okay, sustainability is nothing but the meeting our own needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Okay, sustainability is nothing but the balance of environment, economic, and social. Okay, means if you are using some product, that product should not harm environment, that should not harm social, and that even not affect your cost or whatever the economical thing. Okay, these three criteria, if it compiles, that thing you can consider as a sustainable or sustainable product. Okay, so in addition to natural resources, we also need social and economic resources. Okay, sustainability is not just environmentalization. It's embedded in most definitions of sustainability. We also find concern for social equity and economic development. Okay, so are you getting about the sustainability thing? Yes. So this is about the environmental issues and related things of your plastic materials. Okay, so we have seen many of the things like start from the how your plastics are affected the nature or environment, how what is the process, what is the things, how your microplastics getting generated, how they affect the soil or water. Then again, what all are the remedies to minimize the environmental issues, what all kind of actions we can take out of it. Okay, these all things we have studied in this lecture of environmental issues, correct? So anyone has any doubt in this? Yes. Hello. Hello.
Sir,
Hello. Yes. Yes, you want to say something?
nothing, sir.
Yeah. So is there any doubt regarding today's lecture?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is about the environmental issues of plastic or polymers.
Uh,
Okay.
This is a part of this exam, or it is just a knowledge one. Today's session is.
Actually, today's session is regarding both as it is in your syllabus as well. Okay. This is the part of your syllabus, and many of the things have been added for your knowledge as well.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. So this is for today now. Now I will take leave. Thank you so much, all of you. Okay. So I think one of the part has been remaining in your study, like rheological properties. I think Jyoti sir has started that in before me. Okay. In that he has to take your thermal transition and rheological properties, I think. So I think some of the part of rheological properties is remaining. So he will take that part in tomorrow's lecture. So probably tomorrow's lecture will be your last lecture, I think, depending on his overall presentation and whatever the completion. Okay. So tomorrow you will meet to Jyoti sir for that rheological properties thing. Okay. Yes. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.